This video is going to show how to run the daily advisement reports. The daily advisement reports need to be run every morning and printed before the first appointment comes in. This gets left at the front desk, at each of the front desks, and is used to check students off when they come in and to make sure that the students' files are pulled and ready before they come in, and to let the advisors know what the schedule looks like for that day. So in order to print this report, you need to go through grades first. But grades first does not like using like a bookmark, so you need to actually go to the website link. To find the website link, you go into the share drive, you go to the website folder. This is where we keep all the login information, and on a document called login instructions. So we go to login instructions. This will pull it up. And here's the grades first link. So I do the right hand click and open a new tab. But first, there are a bunch of different usernames. These have been used in the past when we had different advisors assigned to different usernames. In the current system that we have, the only one that we use is FYE Advisor. So that's the only one that we need right now. In the future, this may change, and when that will be indicated on this form, but for now the username is FYE Advisor and the password is this FYE 3939. So I'll go ahead and right hand click and open this hyperlink, and this is the grades first login page you need to get to. So I'm going to do FYE Advisor and then capital FYE 3939 for the password and log in. And I'll make this a little bigger here. Okay, so over here on the left are all these different sub tabs that you can get into. We want to go, for this report, you're going to go all the way down to reporting. And there's all these different types of reports that you can run. For this one, just the advisor appointments report is the one that you want, so we'll click on that. And here are all the different filters we can set for this report. So it defaults to the full week for whatever week we're currently in. This is the week we're currently in, so this is what it defaults to. But you can adjust this, so we can change this to just today, because we don't need to know what we're going to have later on in the week. This is just the daily report, so we will select today's date and the end date as the same. And then in this area is where we put who we're looking for advisement appointments for. So we want this to show advisement appointments for our undeclared students. We want this to show advisement appointments for our dual enrolled students and for our academic intervention students who are assigned to Kimberly. So we're going to type those in. We're going to go first year. Now there's first year experience A and B. That has been used in the past for when we have two graduate students who are here at the same time. And so we want students to be able to schedule appointments with both of them in the same time slot. So, for example, if we only had one, then once someone took that appointment, no one would be able to schedule an appointment with the other graduate assistant who's also here and seeing students. So that's where we had the two different ones. When we can, we try and schedule them so that there is only one for simplicity for the students. And for the broadest office coverage, and that's what we have right now. So I'm just going to select the first year experience, main first year experience advisor. I'm going to type in dual enrollment advisor. You see it comes right up, and then lastly Kimberly, because she is seeing our intervention students. So these are the three advisors who we will have traffic for coming in the office. And if this changes, you just put in whoever we're expecting students for. And that's all that you need to do for the filters. Then you click search, and it will populate all the appointments we have today, which is probably not too many because it's a Friday in April. But so here we are. So these are the students that we have coming in today. So it's not a lot, but there will be times where this will be 30 or even 40 students during peak advisement time. And sometimes they do overlap with different advisors. But this is what we need to print. But in order to print it, we need to first export it to Excel. So we're going to export to Excel. And then you'll see this little thing pop up that asks you if you want to open or save, and we want to open it. And it's going to give you a whole bunch of questions about the security of this document. It could be unsafe, yada, yada, yada. It is safe. We're just downloading it from an external website. So we're just going to click yes, that it's safe, and we want to open it. Great. And you can close out of this. Yes, I may. Okay. Now, next, it defaults to protected view, but you're going to enable editing because you're going to do some editing to this. So even though this is only, 6 students for today, if I were to go and print this right now, it would come up in 2 different pages because half would be on one side and the other half would be on the other side. I always trim this down and make it just 1 page when possible. If it's something where we have 50 appointments coming in that day, it'll be 2 pages, but most days we can get it down to 1 page because it's just a little bit easier. So I like to take these out because these aren't really necessary. The date's right up there, so we don't need these. So I'll delete them. Some of these columns aren't really necessary. All the locations are going to be in Williams Center, so I'll just always delete that. Reported duration, if a student cancels appointment, it will show up in here or here. So if there is something that says canceled, I leave that column there just so that we know if the student shows up and someone else has already taken their time slot, we know, hey, it's because you canceled. You can also just kind of shrink these down a little bit. I can do that as well. And then sometimes there's reported reasons over here, so I will leave them if that is the case, but in like today's situation where there's just no information here, I just delete these columns and make this short, sweet, and simple for everybody to follow. So now we have it down to just the 1 page. Print out 2 copies. Each advisor has their own preference. Sometimes our advisors do like to get a copy early in the day, so maybe I'll print out 3 or 4, but our current advisors don't necessarily need this. They've said they just look on the Grades First website. So I print out 2, 1 for each of the front desks. And that's it. So once those are printed out, you can go ahead and close out, and that's how you run the daily advisement reports.